New information tonight about a deadly shooting on Madison's south side from Saturday night. Police telling us today the suspect and 25-year-old victim were father and son, and that it was a verbal argument that turned physical. It happened Saturday on Warner Street north of Baxter Park. Police arrested a 64-year-old man who they say remained on the scene and turned himself in when they arrived.
The suspect and the victim did get into an argument over money. That argument then turned physical. At some point during that argument, a weapon was pulled out and a single shot was fired.
Well, the suspect hasn't been formally charged with the crime, so we are not naming him at this time. He's being held in the Dane County Jail on a tentative charge of first-degree intentional homicide. Madison police are investigating a shooting after an 18-year-old man was hurt on the city's south side last night. No arrests have been made. Happened just before 5:30 on Coho Street. Police believe the shooting was targeted. The department's violent crimes unit is now leading that investigation. Anyone with information that may be able to help police make an arrest is asked to call Crime Stoppers at the number there on your screen. Traffic is now flowing again north of Beloit on the interstate after a vehicle caught fire. This is on I-3990 about 3:30 this afternoon. You can see how hazy it was out there already, and then you add in some of that heavy smoke coming from the burning vehicle. We are working to track down more information about the fire. Stay with us both on air and online at channel3000.com. A look right now, looking west toward Platteville. Our skies quite hazy once again from the wildfires that are burning up in Canada. It's been a warm day today. Temperatures will get hot later in the week. Let's get a look at our first one forecast. Meteorologist Jacob Madison on the weather patio. Jacob.
Thanks, Eric. We are under an air quality advisory for most of Wisconsin, with the exception of the far southwestern portion of the state, which that area includes Platteville. But you saw on the weather camera, it is still very hazy for much of the area. It will stay in effect until noon on Tuesday. And right now, we actually are in the unhealthy air quality level, with much of Wisconsin in the unhealthy for some. The unhealthy level is mostly for Madison. We're likely going to continue to be at the unhealthy for some level tomorrow, with some improvements by the time we get to Wednesday and Thursday. But Wednesday and Thursday will be the hottest days of the week. I'll talk about that later. But if we look at the future track smoke forecast, the mild smoke that we've been seeing today, it may continue throughout the night, but especially by the time we get to Wednesday morning, we're going to see light smoke across our area. Still going to linger, but not nearly as bad as it is today. Current radar is mostly clear. Not really going to see a lot of rainfall for the next couple of days. We do have a slight chance later in the week, but the temperatures today have not been as hot as initially forecasted for. A lot of that has to do with the wildfire smoke, with current temperatures in the mid-80s for a lot of southern Wisconsin. These are pretty much the high temperatures for today as well. We are going to see temperatures likely get to the 90s, if not 100 later in the week. I'll talk more in detail about the forecast and the heat coming up a bit later in the show.
Continuing News 3 Now's exclusive coverage of SSM Health stopping gender-affirming surgeries. The News 3 Now investigative team has gotten feedback from the community as well as local and state officials. Catherine Merck joins us in studio to share those responses. Catherine.
City officials and state lawmakers have both denounced and praised the decision from SSM Health. On Friday, we reported that the Catholic healthcare system would stop gender-affirming surgeries after pressure from the Catholic Church. Democrats across the state, like Senator Melissa Agard, have said that this is a dangerous and disappointing decision for the LGBTQ+ community.
SSM Health has made a decision that will cause harm to people within our communities. Not honoring the history and the science of providing medical care and medical treatment to trans people is very concerning to me.
Republicans like Representative Barbara Dietrich, whose district includes parts of Dane County, have the opposite view. In a statement, she said, quote, "I applaud SSM Health's brave decision to remain consistent with their faith values." She added that these surgeries for minors are a particular concern for her. On top of just lawmakers, many members of the LGBTQ+ community are also sharing their thoughts online. Some of them hearing the news for the first time from us directly, now questioning what's next for what they say is necessary care. A full link to our original reporting is on our website at channel3000.com.
We've learned the identities tonight of two people killed in a crash Friday night involving a motorcycle and pedestrian. They've been identified as 68-year-old Bradley Juve and 20-year-old Alexis Arias, both of Madison, according to the medical examiner. The crash happened shortly after 9 Friday night at the intersection of East Washington Avenue at Egan Road, blocking it for multiple hours. Police say Arias was on a motorcycle. Juve was the pedestrian. That crash remains under investigation. A group of teenagers say they were chased by a knife-wielding man just past midnight in downtown Madison. Police met with the teens about a block south of Bree Stevens Field. They told officers they were chased and the man attempted to slash them. Officers later arrested a 46-year-old man who they say fit the description they were given, but no knife was found. We're not naming the man since he hasn't been formally charged with a crime, but he does face tentative charges of disorderly conduct while armed and obstructing. Authorities in Whitewater are now saying an attempted child abduction reported to them last week never happened. They say it was a hoax. Last Thursday, police there said they were searching for a man who apparently tried to grab a girl and pull her into his vehicle. This morning, police say the person who made that report to them made it up. A suspect description was given last week. They say that should now be disregarded. It's not known if the person who made the false report will be charged with a crime. The Northwestern hazing scandal extends now beyond the football field. Today, a former volleyball player there filed a lawsuit claiming the school and its athletic department were negligent in response to a hazing incident from 2021. That player, identified as Jane Doe in court documents, says she was hurt while running sprints as part of a punishment sanctioned by the team's head volleyball coach. The lawsuit also alleges a culture of racism, bullying, harassment, hazing, and retaliation within the volleyball program. This fresh lawsuit comes after multiple ones were filed on behalf of former football players last week due to hazing allegations in that program.
But what happened in the football program is now shedding light on what's happened elsewhere, and it's due to a void of leadership at the top. And every university at the top should have the health and well-being of their student athletes paramount, far more important than winning games.
The university says the incident predates the current school president and athletic director, but both are taking these allegations seriously. More changes to Twitter, apparently, as owner Elon Musk has rebranded the social media site to X. As for why, that's not quite clear yet. Musk paid $44 billion for the platform last year and made changes to the site's advertising revenue and creating Twitter Blue, allowing any user to get a blue check mark. But X marks the most drastic change, changing the name of the platform, which was created back in 2006. X.com directs users to Twitter's homepage, although Twitter.com also remains live. Tech experts are watching closely to see what comes next.
Is he going to keep it as a hugely influential social media company, or does he want to do something else? And that will be, I think, really the key question he's facing for the next few months as he's kind of rolling this out.
Now, some see it as a bit of a Hail Mary to try to save the platform in the face of mounting pressure from Threads, which was launched earlier this month by Facebook parent company Meta. Musk has also repeatedly warned the company is on the verge of bankruptcy. A new survey suggests American businesses are expected to fare better in the coming months. A survey from the National Association for Business Economics released today shows businesses are enjoying better economic conditions. The group's president said it reflects an economy of rising sales and profits as material costs decline and stabilizing wages prove less challenging. This year has seen a steady slowdown in inflation, which has increased consumer confidence in the economy. Well, if you ask some UPS workers, they'd argue business conditions are not improving. UPS and the National Teamsters Union are set to resume negotiations tomorrow, hoping to avoid a possible strike. Their current contract expires next Monday, with the union saying if no deal is made by then, they will stop working. Kyle Pozorski spoke to a Madison area expert on what this could all mean. Kyle?
Well, if the strike does happen, it would be the first time since 1997. Of course, back then, we did not get as many packages delivered to our homes as we do now. That's why this strike could have a very large impact, with some believing the economy could take a more than $7 billion hit. Back in 97, just under 185,000 workers went on strike. If no deal is made in the next week, over 340,000 would strike. This means online retailers which use UPS as their shipping service would need to find a different carrier. Experts in the logistic field say that many businesses are now planning on what they will do if the strike takes place.
There really are three options with parcel shipping if you're a business. There's UPS, there's FedEx, and there's the post office, or USPS. So I know businesses right now are doing a lot of scenario planning on this, but they haven't necessarily switched over to FedEx yet or another carrier.
Lucius went on to tell me that the time for the strike could be much worse if it took place during the holidays. However, the busy back-to-school season is fast approaching. The union representing the workers is asking for higher wages for part-time union workers who make up more than half of the Teamsters. UPS and the Teamsters Union have said they agree on 95% of what has been proposed, which includes putting AC units into delivery trucks. It's the remaining 5% on the pay increases, which they hope to come to agreement on in the weeks ahead.
All right, thank you. If you're looking for a 3-course meal at an affordable price, listen up. Madison Magazine's Summer Restaurant Week is back through Friday. A handful of Madison and Greater Madison area restaurants are participating. These restaurants offer a 3-course meal starting at $30. Some will also offer a special lunch menu for $20. To see which restaurants are participating and the specific menus for Restaurant Week, visit channel3000.com. Still ahead at 5, Governor Evers continues to barnstorm across Wisconsin, pushing for increased funding as federal funds for child care are set to expire later this year. We'll hear his warning as more parents and providers struggle. And tonight on News 3 Now at 6, the Packers officially getting some skin in the game with the company that makes those iconic foam cheeseheads. We'll share the significance. And the week begins with a strong start on Wall Street. The Dow up almost 184 points. The NASDAQ a 26-point gain. S&P adds 18. We'll be right back.
A biker must always be on alert. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. We'll fight for the compensation you deserve. And there's never a fee until we win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It's Champion Windows' 70th anniversary sale, and we're giving the presents to you. Right now, get 40% off new windows, plus pay nothing for 18 months. And we're giving away $70,000 in our home makeover giveaway. 70 years of designing, building, installing, and guaranteeing Champion Comfort 365 windows direct from our factory to your home. Don't wait. Get 40% off windows today. Call or schedule your free estimate online 24/7 at getchampionwindows.com.
Lean back and enjoy the summer savings at the Century House. Right now, get a $100 instant rebate for every $1,000 you spend on any qualifying stressless seating. The more you spend, the more you can save instantly. So furnish an entire room with the most comfortable seating in the world and watch the savings add up. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
At Foster Funeral and Cremation Services, we honor legacies. Let us take care of the arrangement so you can focus on saying goodbye. Veteran-owned and operated. Experience exceptional care and affordable service with Foster Funeral and Cremation Services.
Create your perfect room for entertaining, relaxing, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get 25% off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today. Patio enclosures.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet, like the CR-V and the Accord, both with available hybrid powertrains, designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
After a serious motorcycle crash, don't trust the insurance company. Call Gruber Law Offices first. We've been representing injured bikers for over 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Next week, a looming UPS strike could seriously disrupt your package deliveries. We explore why employees are taking a stand and how it could impact local residents. Plus, reactions to SSM Health's discontinued gender-affirming surgery. That story at 6.
News 3 Now, first warn weather. When you're planning your day, accuracy matters. Trust Madison's certified most accurate team, so you'll know what to expect when you head out the door. First warn weather, keeping you ahead of the storms.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Governor Evers continues to push for expanded child care funding, with federal funding set to expire before the end of the year. He visited a child care center in Portage this afternoon to see the struggles child care providers are facing as more parents look for child care for their children. The state's Joint Finance Committee decided not to fund the pandemic-era child care counts program in the state budget, and federal funds are set to expire before the end of the year.
If we don't take seriously what's going to happen to child care in the state of Wisconsin going forward, we're going to be in a world of hurt. This is going to impact employers all across the state of Wisconsin, and the kids are missing out on some really good learning experiences also.
The governor had asked for more than $300 million in his budget proposal, but Republicans cut it. An important recall for you to know about tonight. More than 300,000 Cupkin double-walled stainless steel children's cups are being recalled because they contain too much lead. The recall is for 8 and 12-ounce cups sold online at Amazon and also Cupkin.com from January 2018 through March of this year. Consumers should throw them out immediately and contact the seller for a refund. A look now at your first warn forecast. Meteorologist Jacob Madison has the latest.
Here are the 3 things you need to know for the upcoming week. The big one is this one up top. The hot and humid weather will continue to get worse throughout the week until Friday. Now, as far as the hazy weather, it will still linger tomorrow, but it will be better towards the middle and end of the week. We also are going to see some foggy weather during the morning with some unhealthy air quality. Like I said, the air quality will get better throughout the week after tomorrow. And we also have several chances of rainfall really from Wednesday all the way through Sunday. But for the most part, we're going to be dry for a good portion of the time. More often than not, we aren't going to see a ton of rainfall across our area. Now, if we look at the high temperatures for tomorrow, these are when the temperatures are going to really start to get cranking, with highs at near 90 degrees for a lot of the area. Mostly sunny skies to partly sunny skies tomorrow, so we're not expecting to see any rainfall tomorrow. And then as we get into Wednesday, we aren't going to expect to see a ton of rainfall then, although the rain is still possible. Highs will continue to rise up, though, with partly sunny skies and high temperatures in the lower 90s. The hottest day, though, will be Thursday, with a forecasted high of 95 degrees, and some parts of our area could even get to the triple digits. The regular temperatures could get to the triple digits, with the heat index values likely going to get above 100 degrees at times. The good news is that this heat wave is not going to last very long. It's hard to even call it a heat wave, considering it's only going to be about 4 days. Typically, heat waves can last several weeks, as we've seen further down south. And it is going to be a lot better for next week. Still warm, but much cooler than the next couple of days. Pretty close to average, with, for the most part, dry conditions next week. Now, it is looking like we are going to continue to be average beyond next week. As we look at the start of August, we're going to see near average to below average temperatures, which is definitely some good news. So although it's going to be hot the next couple of days, it's certainly going to get better, and looks like it's going to stay better for the foreseeable future beyond next week. As we look at the rainfall forecast, as I mentioned, there's a chance of some rainfall on Wednesday. We also could see some rainfall Thursday night into Friday. The best chance of rainfall will be towards the end of the week. It looks like Friday, late Friday into Saturday will be the best chance of rainfall for our area. Still several days out, so the forecast of terms of the rainfall is definitely subject to change. And as far as the precipitation goes, you know, what the models are calling for, I think it's a little generous considering what we need with the drought. So I would expect to see maybe a little bit less rainfall than what's showing up right here. But this is definitely possible. You know, over an inch is definitely possible. We do have several rounds of rainfall. If we do indeed get a few thunderstorms rolling through, we can definitely see rainfall totals over an inch. But the story this week will be the hot temperatures. Thursday is the best chance to see those heat index values way, or not, I wouldn't say way over 100, but over 100 degrees. I'd say the max of the heat index would be about 105. Still pretty dangerous, but it definitely could be worse. As we look at next week, though, I already talked about it's going to be a lot better in terms of temperatures. It's also going to be very dry, with several straight days expected to be pretty sunny. So once we get through this heat wave, it will be back to what we really have been seeing much of the last few months, with dry conditions and near average temperatures.
Jacob, thank you. After a handful of recent losses, Republicans are shifting their game plan. That includes encouraging their voters to cast their ballots early. Political reporter Will Keneally has more.
Eric, Republicans have been trying to change their playbook after a series of recent losses, and part of that playbook now, encouraging early voting.
We don't have anything like that, and we need to figure out how to do that and how to combat that.
A few months ago, we brought you this story. Republicans looking to rebound after a series of losses, trying to make inroads among young voters. And today, the National Republican Party announced an effort to encourage early voting among their electorate, starting a state-by-state push here in Wisconsin.
We no longer have an election day. We have an election season.
That's the chair of the Republican National Committee speaking to reporters this morning.
It doesn't make sense to think you're going to be able to contact and use resources effectively to turn out every single voter when you only have election day.
Republicans have traditionally cast aspersions on the early voting process, using ballot drop boxes, both the ones on Madison streets and the ones at clerks' offices, to further election denial rhetoric. A Trump campaign lawsuit also sought to throw out ballots from Madison's early voting events at parks in 2020. Now, Republican officials would not provide specifics on what it would take for GOP voters to feel secure about that early voting process.
Exactly why we're doing this. That's part of the education process.
making sure that people understand that they can 100% have confidence that when they cast a vote, that it is like putting it in a bank. You don't just, a bank isn't an open field. A bank isn't a box that someone decides to drop off in a park in Madison.
Now, again, we did not get specifics on what security measures it would take to make those voters feel secure about the early voting process. But in the state capitol here, for example, some lawmakers are putting forward a bill that would put watermarks on absentee ballots to make them harder to photocopy. Reporting from the Capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
It's uncertain how long writers and actors strikes in Hollywood will last, but its impact is being felt by those far away from Hollywood. Still ahead, businesses that work closely in the film industry share how these first 10 days of the strike is impacting them.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Rider Chips, just taking a break. That window's a bear.
Don't worry, my cousin's got a guy.
Hey, I'm not sure I can help you with the house gas, but I can help you replace this window fast.
Let the experts at Feldco kickstart your summer with 2-for-1 windows and no interest until 2025. Plus, we'll get it done Feldco fast.
2-for-1 windows won't last long. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Summer fun means one thing. It's time to visibly say goodbye to crow's feet, fine lines, wrinkles, and under-eye bags, and say hello to smooth, beautiful, younger-looking skin in 10 minutes with Plexiderm.
Oh my God. I can't believe I have no lines in my face. I'm like 20 years younger.
Plexiderm smooths away wrinkles without foundation, without color makeup, and without expensive procedures. And it works in 10 minutes. Plus, the results last up to 10 hours. And best of all, you could try it for only $14.95 this summer.
This isn't the first time I've been on TV raving about this product. It's amazing. My friends, my family, they can't believe it. There's been creams, there's been lotions. Nothing works like this.
We were away on vacation. If you go down to the islands, they always want to take you in a booth and put some stuff on you. And my husband said, boy, that stuff really works. And I said, I washed this off hours ago. This is Plexiderm. This is what works.
When I tried Plexiderm the first time, my daughter said, oh, Dad, did you get a haircut? And I said, no, I tried this Plexiderm product out. Oh, you look so much younger. I said, oh, thank you.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shell clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing under-eye bags and wrinkles from view in minutes. The science is incredible, but the results are even better.
Yeah, this looks really good. All these lines are gone. Amazing. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I look amazing. That's like so full of myself.
I've had under-eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm. I put it on my face, and I'm not joking. It works.
So take action this summer and pack up your under-eye bags and wrinkles and put them on vacation with Plexiderm. Try our summertime special and get it for only $14.95. Plus, get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
There is no end in sight for the actors and writers strike that has now been lasting for 10 days. It's mostly shut down Hollywood, with studios so far refusing to negotiate. As Mark Strassman reports, it's having a big impact on businesses which depend on the movie industry for survival, including those far from Los Angeles.
No contract, no actors!
Hollywood calls this an establishing shot of strikers shouting for quiet on the set. Virtually every set from Tinseltown to Atlanta.
This is decades of stuff, right?
Decades, yeah. Like about 60, 70 years.
At Billy Bigger's family-owned prop house, it's too quiet.
Look, normally you can get a cart through here.
Not today.
No, not today.
Typically, the Biggers rent props to 30 productions a year. But today, nothing's going out the door and no money's coming in.
It's hard to keep upbeat.
Is business as bad as it can be?
Yeah, when your clients are shut down, you're shut down.
Of Hollywood's 6 highest domestic grossing movies, 4 were shot in Georgia. Black Panther.
You have 3 seconds to lay down your weapon.
2 Avengers movies.
6 stones, 3 teams, 1 shot.
And Spider-Man: No Way Home.
All right, let's do this.
All featured this peach in their closing credits. The high-angle shot of Georgia movie making, $3.5 billion in annual wages and more than 46,000 jobs. And it's not just Georgia. Billions in wages for movie workers in North Carolina, Florida, and Texas.
I know there's a way we can both get what we want. I just have to think of the perfect wish.
Drama Inc. is an acting school in Atlanta. Working actors and wannabes looking to get better.
Everybody has a side hustle, side gig to hopefully sustain them in between the jobs.
In this room, the school arranges virtual auditions for Hollywood casting agents.
No, he left everyone.
We could easily have 10 to 12 auditions in there. And now we're down to 1. And yesterday there was none. There were no auditions.
See, this is the music section again.
For the same reason, Bill Bigger's warehouse feels ready to burst. No demand for props, none.
It's gonna get hairy.
How soon?
If it lasts until December, it's gonna get hairy for a lot of people, including myself.
And define hairy.
Financially.
No wages!
And with no new negotiations scheduled, the script to this strike still needs an ending. One of Hollywood's happy kind. Mark Strassman, CBS News.
We'll have a final check, your First Warn forecast after a short break.
Expand your outdoor living space and get 11% off at Menards. From patios, retaining walls, or a no-cut block project, you'll find everything you need to create the backyard of your dreams. Pick up Creststone retaining wall blocks today for only $129 each after rebate. From decorative to privacy fence panels, we have a fence to fit your project. This 6x6 Belmont privacy fence panel is pre-assembled for fast installation. Now $59.98 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm Randy Bump with Bump Farms, and this is my John Deere. So I'm a 6th generation farmer. Our farm was homesteaded here in 1846. I think the thing that makes Sloan stand out the most for me is probably the people, the products, and the service. Whether it's bulk oil delivery, bulk DEF delivery, the Sloan helpline, I mean, they're always there for me. And I've actually had them open up on a Sunday and get parts for me so I can keep a combine running. And that's why I think Sloan's first.
Special report. Spectrum brings us Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are!
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and 1 free line of unlimited mobile with no contract. Call 1-833-743-4999.
The Coopers here just got Spectrum One. Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection. Look, with Spectrum Internet, I can stream Spectrum News across all our devices.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats, keeping our family and devices safe and secure.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
And it includes nationwide 5G.
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and 1 free line of unlimited mobile with the fastest wireless speeds. Call 1-833-743-4999 or visit a Spectrum store today.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit VRAPWI.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you.
Fry Construction invites you to celebrate summer with our hot summer sale. We're talking about hot savings of 23%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board for our hot summer sale. Save 23% off gutters with any full roofing or siding project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News. The brutal heat wave is expanding as tens of millions of Americans remain under excessive heat warnings. And burn units in hospitals are filling up. What you need to know to avoid dangerous burns. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
And of course, in the summer, many take to the pool, lake, or river to beat the heat. Overseas in Kosovo, some extreme athletes are literally hitting the water. This is from yesterday, an annual contest in the capital city of Pristina. That's a 65-foot drop into the White Drin River off that bridge. Some are crazy enough to do it head first. Organizers say the contest has been held now for the past 73 years. Anything to beat the heat. It's unreal in some parts of the country, as you heard, the pavement issues they're having down there with the heat. Around here, we're going to get pretty warm later in the week.
Yeah, but thankfully, we're not going to get that warm. Not to the point where your shoes might melt off, like some places have. Now, tomorrow, it is going to start to get pretty hot with highs near 90 degrees, but it's only going to get worse for Wednesday and Thursday with highs in the lower 90s Wednesday and then mid-90s on Thursday. The good news is that we are expected to see a good chance of rainfall for Friday and Saturday, and that will cool things off for next week. But before that, we will likely see heat index values close to, if not above 100 degrees, especially on Thursday. I would say the max heat index will probably be around 105 Thursday afternoon, so definitely prepare now. Drink plenty of water, take breaks from the heat. But thankfully, next week is going to be back near average. Pretty close to what we've seen really the last couple of months with near average temperatures, but very dry conditions. So, but definitely going to see some more rainfall, which we definitely still need.
We sure need that. All right, we're back in 30 minutes for News 3 now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.